to Armoury TV. It's the preview. Arsenal versus AFC Wimbledon, third round of the Carabao Cup. Will Patino get a little run out? Let's see. Let's talk to the boys and find out what go on. Welcome, guys. Welcome all. And yeah, listen, we have a match this in midweek. It's the Carabao Cup and it's AFC Wimbledon. Yeah, listen, it's a good time really to blood some of the young players who won't really be getting a game on the weekend in the Premier League. But listen, I'm going to introduce the gang. We finally, we're like Arsenal, man. We're getting our first 11 back together again. King, it's good to see you, bro. Where you been, man? What's been going on? I see you've been giving the heat to those Chelsea and those scum from down the road, man. What's been going on, man?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I've been on holiday in Sicily.
Picked up a tan and all sorts, mate.
Yeah, picked up a little tan. You know, got a bit of a.
Look at it, it's shiny.
Oh yeah.
Easy.
I still saved some time to. Well, actually, I burnt everyone, even United fans.
I trust you, bro.
Just on my lilo, just cooking, yeah. You know, the first.
Good man. It's good to have you back, man. It's good to have you back, man.
A little hammock. That was like my little killing corner, man.
that was your office. That was your office.
Love that.
It's good to have you back, man. It's good to see you on the Armoury again. Gumza, how you doing, sir? Listen, you smashed it yesterday. It's good to have you back on a preview show. What's been happening, man? You good?
Here, bro.
All right, cool. Keep it short and sweet. Love that.
Here, I'm good. It was good to be back. I missed it last week. So
yeah, no, it's good to have you back, man. And obviously, Nigerian English from one touch.
Feeling better. Yeah, just again hoping for another good performance tomorrow.
Turn up your body, make you feel like flying the killer will go cool my mind. I won't do anything I want tonight.
Hey,
do anything you want tonight.
And you guys will notice I've slowed it down of late, haven't I?
I need to slow it down, boy. My back's killing me.
we're just
even that's killing me right now. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, you know what I mean? You're killing me, bro. Killing me so.
You tried to do a left and your body wasn't agreeing.
That was it, bro. I stuck there. Stuck. No, trying to. There we go. Back. Listen, so AFC Wimbledon tomorrow in the Carabao Cup. First, I want to kind of look into. Listen, man, we can never second guess what Arteta is gonna do in terms of a first 11. I got it quite wrong against Burnley. I mean, I don't think anyone would have predicted that 11 that he put out there. I think everyone would have gone with the back five that he did. Probably had Sambi and Partey in the midfield, but he went with Partey, ESI, and Odegaard in midfield. That was a bit of a span in the works, but it kind of worked good. I'm just thinking, is it something that he's going to probably look to try and do? Same kind of formation. I've got a formation, an 11 that I've put out. King, I want you to, and well, all of us actually, let's have a little kind of look at. What do you all think with that first 11? This is, for me, it's just pure squad rotation, giving minutes to players really that haven't played. I know Smith Rowe is probably the one player I think may not be involved, but I was just kind of thinking of that position in midfield. The only other thing, maybe Elneny coming in for Smith Rowe. Gunnar King, what do you think? Where are you looking? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, looks likely. I think Smith Rowe needs a rest, if I'm being honest. I wouldn't want to see him played in this game. I'd want to see him come.
You think he's a shoe-in for Tottenham there that weekend? Because that's what I guess. I'm pretty sure the 11 that he picks tomorrow is going to be mindful of that game.
We 100% need Smith Rowe fit and ready for the derby. He does well in derbies. Definitely last season against Chelsea, did well against Spurs in the home fixture at the Emirates. So yeah, I wouldn't be putting him anywhere near that starting lineup personally. But
Elneny, someone like that, played the kind of same formation what we played on Saturday against Burnley, and throw Elneny in there.
I think that would be the better, more sensible.
The only thing I was thinking about is Elneny in his fitness. I wasn't sure whether or not he's fit at all. But Gumza, sorry, King, carry on.
Yeah, for me. Go on.
I was just going to say, if he's not fit, then I would. Well, we're going to speak about it. I just think the boy deserves a chance, Patino, from what I saw the other day. That's.
I guess.
23. Is he a 10 or a CM?
I think he's a 10.
He's kind
of in the middle.
He's more of a box-to-box player.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
because whenever I've seen highlights of him, he's quite high up the pitch.
That's what I was thinking. But is that because he does get back and forth a lot, though? Is that why? Yeah. Has he got an engine on him, that kind of Aaron Ramsey type engine?
Yeah.
But would he? I guess the only other player.
Ramsey and Wiltshire.
Right. Okay. The only other players, obviously, I've missed out there in that 11 is Xhaka, which I'm pretty sure
he's not. It's his last suspension. That game is his last suspended game.
Ah, right. Of course.
Yeah,
of course. So then he's eligible.
If not for that game, he wouldn't be eligible for.
You know who could play in there, though?
Who?
Sorry?
Do you know who I would play in there? If I was desperate for a player in there, I'd play Chambers as the defensive midfielder.
I knew you said it earlier in the group. I knew
Maitland-Niles in front. Yeah, he's done it for Fulham, and for me, go secure the game early. So I would maybe look at him getting minutes there.
Gamza, did you hear what you just said? You just said a midfield of Lokonga, Ainsley, and Chambers. That's going to be our midfield.
It's Wimbledon.
Yeah. Who's going to be our outlet? Who's going to be our outlet to our front three? Out of those three. Sideways.
I'll be honest. I like the look of Lokonga and on the right. So them two.
He's not a deep.
They can get forward, both of them.
Yeah, Lokonga can definitely get forward. So can Maitland.
Yeah,
that is a wild midfield.
Basically, you would just have Chambers sat in the middle of them with those guys flanking.
They're both quite energetic as well, aren't they?
Yeah, with box-to-box options. Just telling them they can get forward.
Boy,
nothing wrong with it.
Y'all bros are wilding, mate. You're wilding right now, mate. Absolutely wilding. That is too defensive for me. That again, we're probably not conceding in that game, but in terms of chances created, we struggled to create chances with Odegaard and Smith Rowe.
That was something I was going to come on to.
You've seen three players, that have profiles that are more defensive. It doesn't mean they need to be defensive.
Okay, King, I have a question for you.
Lokonga is not a defensive player. He can intercept and he can tackle. He is a complete midfielder.
But he's not creative. I don't see any of those players there creative. And we're struggling to create.
Have you not seen his passing numbers?
But we're struggling he's not a creative player. He can whip a pass. He's a freaking professional footballer. Yeah, of course he can. But he's not a normally creative player. You should have seen
the pass I dealt on Sunday. Flipping heck.
Listen, anyone can hit a pass. I don't think you quite know Lokonga, man.
Do you know what also?
Lokonga is for Anderlecht, he was the deeper midfielder that was tasked with progressing the ball forward, either by carrying it or passing it. He was the guy they gave the ball to. Makelele would play next to someone he would give the ball to, and they would pass it forward. Do you know what I mean? Like in Chelsea's system,
but he's the person that you pass.
Someone wins the ball, gives it to Jorginho. Jorginho passes it forward. He was that guy. He was that Jorginho of Anderlecht's system. He passes.
Gunnar King, awesome. I have a question for you then.
And he can drive forward with the ball as well.
Gunnar, we struggled to create chances far forward with Smith Rowe and Odegaard in our side. You telling me it's going to be more, and Saka is going to be more fluid with them three defensive-minded players? I know what you're saying about Lokonga, and I like him.
Defensive-minded.
But Lukonga has said, "I'm a DM or a CM." He said those things, so that means the element of defensiveness is in there.
The CM can have so many different roles. Yeah, just because you're in the center of the park, it doesn't mean you're a central midfielder that is tasked with winning the ball and shielding your defense. And he is not that kind of central midfielder.
If you classify yourself a DM, then you're a defensive-minded player, bro. How about that?
But he is not. He's not.
What did he say in his first interview? He told him he plays number 6 and number 8. That's what he said.
Do you remember when we played Chelsea? Yeah, in the friendly game, that ball that we made to Pepe that led to the goal that should have scored. Did that look like the pass of a defensive midfielder? Yes or no?
Bro, yes, because Alex Song used to do those passes for fun, bro. So full back, bro. So anyone can look like bro. Alex Song used to do that pass for Van Persie for days.
And again, Alex Song also used to pick up the ball. Alex Song also used to pick up the ball and drive forward into the.
Was he a defensive-minded player though, Gunnar?
Not really. He was a rounded midfielder. He was a rounded midfielder. He was defensive capabilities. The guy could and drive forward with the ball.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. He was a rounded midfielder with defensive qualities.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he used to like tackle and defend and stuff, but that was just part. It's like saying Vieira's a defensive midfielder. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not. It's like saying Kante's a defensive midfielder. He's not. Like, yeah, they're very good at tackling and winning the ball, but Kante could pick up the ball and straight drive into your box if you let him.
Brother, like I'm not gonna allow you just to be dropping Vieira and Kante to a little youth man like Lukonga, bro. Great player, great potential, but let's not put him.
That's the word. It's potential. It's potential.
I know you weren't comparing him. I know you weren't comparing him. I know you weren't. But in terms of like ability, Vieira is for me. He's a defensive-minded player, but because he's got such long legs. And he's so good at shielding the ball. He created so many attacks for us. Like
Kante as well. Have you seen Vieira? Have you seen Vieira's
highlight? How many goals did he score for Arsenal, bro? Maybe 10, 12? How many? 12?
Remove him from the stream.
Vieira. How many goals did Vieira score for Arsenal? Tell me then.
He's
in the comment section. In the comment section, tell us. Let us know. Do it.
Right. Okay. Whilst everyone does that,
he's definitely going to score as many as 20. But go on,
Canners. Just quickly.
Everyone does that. So
Canners.
So we're looking obviously at the first 11 and who's going to be playing. Obviously, and
Patrick Vieira, 307 appearances, 31 goals, 31. Defensive midfielder, yeah, or box to box.
Brother.
He's a simple midfielder.
So because he scored 31 goals, he's not a defensive midfielder, yeah? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
That's what 1 in 10. That's what 1 in 10, isn't it?
Cool.
Yeah. That's a strike rate of 1 in 10.
Yeah, man. His assist numbers.
That's not really a box-to-box player. That's 3 goals a season.
Listen, you can have a box-to-box. You can have a box-to-box player.
That's 3 goals a season.
You can have a box-to-box player who is better at defending. You can have a box-to-box player that's better at attacking. You can have a box-to-box goal-scoring midfielder. Like this.
If we had to pick something,
you're the coach. You know how a box-to-box midfielder's profile can differ from one box-to-box player to another, right?
I have a question for you.
You get what I'm saying, right?
Can I just say one thing quickly?
Quickly before you do. John Terry scored 41 goals for Chelsea, innit? Does that make him an attacking player, bro? But carry on. John Terry scored 41 goals for Chelsea.
I was going to say.
How long did he play for Chelsea?
He's an attacker.
And set pieces. 450 games.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So over 100 more games.
Gamza, go ahead. So Gamza, go on.
So my thing is, I know it's a defensive-looking midfield, but you release your left back. Nuno Tavares is lightning going forward. So I look at Liverpool's midfield. That's not the most creative midfield, or the most. Do you know what I mean? Ain't got 10 in there who's going to pull the strings. But what it does, it releases your wing backs to now cause the havoc. So what I've seen of Nuno Tavares, he's a problem. So yeah, it might mean we play a little bit different. Do we then maybe Martinelli goes and plays a little inside nearer Lacazette and we leave the side open for Nuno Tavares to get down the left? So yeah, I'm not against it. I said time will tell. Sometimes you might put a team together and it just clicks, and we might actually create more chances than if you got a 10 in there. So you never know.
I'm literally just watching Liverpool play with no number 10 score a third goal against Norwich.
Yeah, Liverpool have never played
because of what Gamza is describing.
That's what I'm saying.
Gamza is describing. So it's just like, just because you haven't got a number 10, it doesn't mean you don't have a creative outlet. It just means it's your wing backs instead of midfielders.
The difference between us and Liverpool is that's Liverpool's style, isn't it? That is not.
They've got a well-oiled machine.
If you're asking us to play like this for one game, and whenever Arteta they try new things for a game, we saw what happens, bro. He fucks it up every time. Excuse my language, bro. I don't want him to try nothing new. Keep it consistent and simple. Let's build some momentum.
I would much rather that he saved our best players so that he could do exactly what you've
for sure. But I don't want the midfield to look like that, though. That's what I'm saying.
If it means that those three play so that all of our midfielders that are better are able to be fit for Spurs, I will take that. Do you think I really care about the League Cup? Bro, we could get knocked out and I don't really care as long as we get a top 6 place. Yeah, that's what we got to be going for. Let's keep our eye on the prize here. Yeah? Beating Spurs this weekend is everything. It's absolutely
100%.
everything. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%.
It means that we got to play a bit more of a defensive-minded central midfield so that we keep ESR out of the firing line so he's fit for that game. Yeah, so be it. So be it. I'll keep Saka out. I'll keep Odegaard out. I'll keep Pepe out. I don't want any of those 4 anywhere near that starting lineup.
I'm with that. I even want Saka on the bench for the first half in the North London derby. I even want that.
Oh wow!
Not because I don't think he's good enough. I just think I'd rather him just get a burst for 45 minutes or 30 minutes rather than us forcing him to play 75 to 90 minutes because he just looks exhausted, bro. I'd rather him just have an assignment and said, "Yeah, go and change up the game," rather than affect it from the start. So much pressure's on the boy's head. I think I just needs a little bit of a break, like I reckon. Personally, obviously, this is not the week to take a break, I guess. But you get what I mean.
No.
I'll be real. Sorry, I'm with Nigerian, and I know it's not the Tottenham preview, but just in case I'm not on it, I'm telling you where I would go: Lacazette up front and Aubameyang on the left, and I'll be going with that against.
No.
You can spin all you want.
Lacazette up front, yes. Aubameyang needs to not be on the pitch.
I'd put Abra on the left in that game, and that's just me.
Aubameyang's got to
play. And I know Koundé's a Martinelli guy, but not for me in that game. Not for me.
Martinelli.
One game to bring it in for, I think.
That's a perfect game, brother. Come through North London derby, get yourself a winner.
Listen, what Martinelli needs to do is smash it tomorrow. Martinelli needs to smash it tomorrow.
He needs a big game
and show some form. And I think that there's certain players that have a point to prove. Balogun, he has a point to prove. Mm-hmm. He's got a new contract. He needs to show us actually what he can do because he's been talking all this stuff, about stalling, about signing a new contract and this and that. For me, the performance against Brentford, I thought that was embarrassing, to be honest. He needs to perform. Cedric needs to perform. The 2 guys at the back, Holden and Mari, they need to perform. Leno needs to perform. We need these guys to step up, basically. And actually, to be fair, I think this is an important trophy for us, cup run, because we need some continuity, right? So what we want really is obviously within the league, any players that pick up an injury or whatever it is, or suspensions, that the players on the fringes who are not playing week in, week out can step into a seamless, and make it look seamless, basically.
Exactly.
Because the problem what we have right now with our squad is me personally, I think the first 11, the jump from the first 11 to our reserve player or the players that are going to play in this Carabao Cup game, is too big a gap. There's too big a gap of the quality of Ben White and Gabriel and Mari and Holden. There's too big a gap. There's too big a gap with Tomiyasu and Cedric or Chambers. There's too big a gap. I've not really seen enough of Tavares. My jury's out on him because I think he's a bit of a maverick in terms of he might lose his head, and go on those mad runs, etc. There's too big a gap with Partey and
And everyone else.
midfield. Xhaka. Maitland-Niles, I don't think he's anywhere near our first team, to be honest.
Bro, don't you remember that game against Pogba, bro? Come on, man.
No, but that's one. That's the same thing with Wiltshire. That one game against Barcelona, look what happened to him after that.
But this is how we have to treat these cup games, as an opportunity to
absolutely.
give them,
and that's why I say it's important for us to do well and for this team to perform.
But it's a case of, look, either you're giving them minutes to show that they can fit into the squad, into the first 11 when called on, or you're getting them in the shop window for the end of the season. Like, you got to be doing one of the two things. If they just sat there not getting games, someone gets injured.
I would say both, to be honest. I would say both.
Coming into the first 11 cold. You don't want that, man.
No, exactly. I'd say it's both. Put them in the shop window. Win the or go as far as possible in that cup competition to put those players who possibly won't be involved going forward for us. Maybe your Chambers, or these guys have got to start fighting for their Arsenal careers. Mari, Holding, Cedric, Leno. These players they've got to show actually that they actually still have the quality to play for this club, because too often and too many years they've been around and they've not performed. Just obviously moving on swiftly.
You gotta read out some of these comments, Canners, man.
Yeah, I know. Listen.
It's got heated in here.
It has. Definitely. just wanted to have a look at this, because this is a poll and it has quite a few votes on it. And if you look at the actual percentage, it's crazy. So our Armoury team put out a tweet with Xhaka still suspended, Elneny questionable, Partey and Sambi possibly rested for Sunday's North London derby. Should Mikel Arteta give Charlie Patino a run out tomorrow against AFC Wimbledon in the Carabao Cup? My question is, though, I think the only thing was misleading about that run out. Are we saying should he start, or should he have like a 15-minute cameo at the end? King, I'm going to come to you for this one. For Charlie Patino, I mean, should start or little cameo?
I'd be comfortable starting him. I'd be comfortable starting him in this game with either Ainsley Maitland or Elneny.
I'm glad you changed your midfield already.
Or Lokonga. I would be
Lokonga. You'd actually put Lokonga in this game.
I don't know which of those three. As long as two are next to him, I wouldn't want him. I wouldn't want him as a 2 in a 4-2-3-1. If you see what I mean, in a 4-3-3 with him as a more advanced 8, I'm happy with that. Or if you decide to make him a 10, I'm happy with that. With him, with only one of those players playing as an 8, less so, because it's going to be a physical kind of midfield.
Don't make it physical
coming up against. So I think in a 4-3-3 system, I'd be happy.
To start him.
Yeah, I think, look, this guy he's been unreal, man. He's been unreal, for some time now, so he deserves a chance.
He's what, 18? He's 18 now, isn't 17. He? So 17.
17. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, I thought it was 18. Sorry, my bad. I'm thinking now is probably a good time to blood him in. Really, Nigerian Englishman. What say you? I mean,
the first thing I'm excited about is King has fixed his midfield already. That part, that Lokonga, Elneny thing that he was talking about before, he's changed it and put Patino.
No, I haven't changed it.
You said Ainsley. To be honest, you said Ainsley, Patino, and what's it called, Elneny. Originally, you said Lokonga instead of Patino, so you changed it. I'm good with that. I
haven't changed it. Like if he goes with that, I'm not going to bitch. Basically, but
you just said your preferred starting 3 would be with Patino, no?
I would prefer Patino to start, but it's not because I don't believe that system wouldn't work.
As long as that first answer to my first question was yes.
What everyone is saying in the coaching setup is that by the end of the season, they think this guy is good enough to break into the first team. That is what they are saying. That is the noise that is coming out, that this guy is good enough already to be in our first team. He just needs chances to prove it and to obviously work his way in there. So I'm not saying I would prefer Patino because I don't believe in the system that Gums have put forward. I'm saying it because I want to see this guy play.
Gumza?
I hope that clears up. Yeah.
Gumza?
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For me,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad if him. I would like for him to start. I just don't know if he will. So I would like him to start. I think he deserves this chance. I just don't think he will, just because we've got a lot of players who aren't getting any football at the moment who he may play ahead of him. But for me, he does deserve the chance. I think if we had European football, I think he would be playing this game. But again, he hasn't got much chance to put out your likes of Elneny's, your
Gumza.
Chambers, your Cedrics, those guys. So for me, it might be a bit too soon. But I would like to see him personally, even if it's 45. I would like to see him and Omari Hutchinson. I think both of them deserve a chance in the game.
Yeah. Gums, do you not think? Obviously, you said that there's some players in the midfield that probably need minutes, but don't you think that they've not earned the right to claim those minutes, because when they have played, they've not really showed us anything. I just throw this guy in, man.
Yeah, I hear that, but I think there's an element of you got to keep the squad a little happy. Not saying you have to bow down to these players, but if Partey does get injured and Xhaka gets another red card, now you're looking on Elneny, Maitland-Niles and Lokonga to be playing. So it's a case of, same as Lacazette, do you know what I mean? It's when if Abba needs a break or whatever, it's Lacazette coming in. So as much as we want to see Balogun, actually, you've still got to be one step ahead of the curve, haven't you? Because you never know if or when any of them players are going to break down. So I feel that's the only reason. Again, if we had European football, if we was playing on a Thursday night and this game was coming up, I do feel he would then go with the youngsters because he's got opportunities to play them other guys.
Yeah.
But I think just because of that, you probably, I think Arteta's in a position where he can't. Yes, it's Wimbledon. Yes, we don't care about the League Cup, but could you imagine he lost this game tomorrow? Like, he's not in that comfortable position where he could throw away this kind of game. So I think he needs to go relatively strong, and then you can maybe ring changes and give them boys 45. Like, to me, if we're 1 or 2-0 up at halftime, Laka can get withdrawn. If Lokonga's playing, he can get taken off.
Yep.
And then potentially maybe a Martinelli or someone doesn't need to play out the 90, because they'll be the three guys I'm looking at as the next to come in if anything happens on Saturday. So, yeah, I think he could definitely manage them lot a bit better. I think he needs to go strong. I'm not too sure the scores today, but Man City were drawing 1-0 at one stage. I think
3-1 I last saw it.
Everton were getting beat by QPR. I haven't looked at the scores since half time, but so you don't want to be in that position. Do you know what I mean? Where it's you who get everyone's for an upset.
To go back to this Liverpool game, Minamino and Origi, right? They're on the peripheries, as Gums is.
I don't think they're even on the peripheries.
Origi's took 2 goals today. Minamino's got on the score sheet. What that does is that instills the manager and the rest of the team with confidence that if a Salah or a Mane gets injured, that they've got some form to go off. You know what I mean? Like, look, all right, in that last game they did a thing. Like, we can feel comfortable putting these guys in, and also when they come in, if that situation arises, then they've got that confidence to feed off. You get what I'm saying? You can't, like, if you're going to put Patino in, and then these guys are going to sit on the bench, and then that eventuality happens where someone gets injured, and then they're thinking in their head, well, hang on a minute, you put Patino in instead of me in that cup game. Do you know what I mean? And like they're second guessing and they're questioning themselves. Like,
it's juggling that. I mean, that's how Arteta's got to do with it.
If you were going to use Patino in the first team squad, then you would have put him in the first team squad. Do you get what I mean? Like, so I think there's got to be some balancing. I personally, as I said, I would prefer Patino to start, but I think the rationale of Gums' system and being like, rest every single one of those 4 midfielders, Pepe, ESR, Odegaard, Saka. I don't want to see them anywhere near that starting 11. And then bringing in youth players so that they're only left on the bench to come on in the event we need to rescue the game.
Right.
Not in like if it's 2-3-0 at half time, then you say to them, look, you're not coming on.
Yeah.
You're not coming on. There's no There's no getting minutes in you, mate. Like I'm giving you as much rest as possible.
Yeah, 100%. That's how it's got to be. That's how it's got to be. Guys, what I want to do is just get through some of the comments, and then we'll look to wrap this up. This is going back. Jeez, Nigerian and King, I'm bringing it. I knew Cannons needed some deep heat, but damn.
Vieira's not a defensive midfielder. Never has been, never will be.
Amanda Juma, how you doing, sir, from the Man U agenda? Patrick Vieira was a midfielder, full stop. Love to see these modern guys playing a 4-4-2 and have all the response. It's true, really. I mean, you look at Roy Keane. He was a box-to-box, wasn't he? He wasn't a defensive midfielder. No, he'd go up. He'd do everything.
Yeah, but towards the back end of his career, he was a holding midfielder, no?
Yeah, but what we associated Roy Keane with getting up and getting that, back as well. That, doing everything, putting in tackles everywhere, every part of the pitch. That's how I saw Vieira and Keane.
But it's right. What Amondi's saying, like in those 4-4-2 days, midfielders were just asked to do a lot more than they're asked to do now.
Everything,
he's right.
Everything. I mean, Petit and Vieira.
They could do everything.
Was the box to box. Petit was the one who kind of, dressed back that little bit.
But he could charge forward every now and again as well, nick a little goal.
Obviously, if told. Yeah. And it's the same thing with Gilberto. Gilberto was the one who stopped. Vieira was the one who kind of would go forward if they were to go forward. Sure. So, yeah.
Vieira could do everything, to be honest.
He could. That's the thing.
It was either Silva or Petit that sat behind Vieira.
Yeah, 100%.
Vieira was a little further forward, and then he would come flatter, like if they needed cover, basically. But he had license to get forward, and he used it.
God, that 4-4-2 was sick. That 4-4-2 we used to play was it was too much. It made even Ray Parler look like a good player, bro. It was madness.
Yeah, we actually we miss a Gilberto in there. Do you know what I mean? Because anyway. So let's crack on with some of these. Cannons, tell Gunner that Irish Gunner is in the chat. James Wright, Patino at the number 6. Let's see what this guy's got. Be interested to see what he does do. I mean, how strong he is on the ball. He's a young lad. And listen, those teams. What are AFC Wimbledon? They in the Championship or League One?
I think one.
League One. It's going to be a physical game, man. It's going to be physical. Championship, I'll be a bit more okay, but League One, it's a fight. It's a dog fight in there. Tell Robbie Dexter, I'm telling you right now, we're going to beat Wimbledon.
Rest in peace, man.
This guy's having a laugh in it. Glenn Whelan as our Vieira replacement. And I think this is you. Is it you? Nigerian, or was it?
I think Gumza mentioned that.
Gumza, Omari Hutchinson. Listen, at the very least, these players should be on the bench.
I've seen more of Hutchinson than Patino, to be honest.
Another one I want to add to that is Kido Tyler Hart.
Gone under the radar.
That kid is.
These kind of players, should be on the bench. And I think again here, Don Robbie.
Send him for me, man. Send him for me.
Instead, we prefer Patino starting a 3 if he was starting.
He cleared that up, Robbie Defs there. Sorry, mate. Sorry. No vex. Forgive me.
And One Touch TV. Front 3 of Pepe, Laka, and Martinelli. Why Pepe? Pepe's got to play in that North London derby.
If any player doesn't deserve a rest, it's Pepe, bro. Let him play it all. Play midweek and on the weekend.
I don't think you actually see what he does.
What does he do, bro? What does he do? What does he create, bro?
What he does, he creates space for other players. He really does. He draws. He's the one player on our team.
How did we score against Norwich?
That can do something unexpected, and he's the one player in our team that everyone doubles up on. And if he can do something, then we can create an overload somewhere else.
Gunner King just asked me a question. How did we score against Norwich? Pepe did everything he could to miss a chance, and Aubameyang scored. That's what happened.
But he caused the problem.
I guess.
If Pepe was not involved in that phase of play, Aubameyang doesn't score. He was unlucky.
If Pepe was on the left instead of the right, Saka probably would have scored.
You want to see Saka on that
But
right hand side, isn't it?
And I just, to be honest, I'm not accepting this mediocrity from Pepe that you lot are allowing, because he did a little chance that led to a goal, bro. He's not doing enough, bro. Like, he's not doing enough. Look at the thing that you lot mentioned. The one thing he did, like, it led to a goal.
No,
yes,
no,
it's
no,
his
let me
third
just drop this bombshell. Let me just drop this bombshell. Yeah, you love Saka. Yeah, he's not been involved in a goal or an assist since February. Where's this energy for Saka?
Should I tell you?
Mic drop.
No, you don't need to drop it, Mike. You don't have to drop any mic.
Come in trouble, yeah.
Let me answer now. Let me answer. It's proven, if we look at the stats from last season, Saka scored more goals and assists from the right-hand side. But just to accommodate Pepe, they move him to the left. And of course, he's going to dip in form. He's more predictable on the left than he is the right. It was proven last season. I don't need that energy for Saka because he's shown me 10 out of 10 performances. When has Pepe ever given me a 9? He's been there 3 years. He's not giving us 9 out of 10 performance.
How did he get 21 goal involvements last season?
Because half of them were in the Europa League.
Shut up! You're a hater. Nigerian Englishman.
Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, wait, hold on. I have a better question for you, Gunner King. Tell me, any of those goals that he scored, which one came in an important game? In a game where against a top club, or to win the game, like, or a game that meant something. I'm not talking about the back end of the season when no one's playing for anything and he's scoring braces left, right, and center. I'm not talking about scoring against Wolves when we lost 2-1. I don't know. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking when we have a North London derby, a game against Chelsea, a game against City, a game against Liverpool, the semi-final against Villarreal. Where is he in these games,
I repeat, yeah, the same
Where
energy
is he?
for Saka. The same energy for Saka.
Saka wasn't not involved in any of those games, yeah? He probably was our man of the match.
One goal against Chelsea last season. Yeah, but I'm talking about any other big.
Okay. So who was our player of the season last season?
Who scored the penalty against Villarreal?
Who was our player of the season last season? If we're gonna say have the same energy for Saka, who was our player of the season last year? How can I have the same energy for player of the season as Pepe? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not trying to
Nigerian.
one player against the other.
Who scored the penalty against Villarreal?
There is a clear inconsistency, yeah, in how you're rating a guy that has done more than Saka last season. He did. Because whatever you want to say,
thumbs up. Because he's got more statistics, he's done more for the team. Nah, bro. Sorry. You're saying because of his goal contribution, you're telling me Pepe gave more to our side than Saka. So why didn't Pepe win player of the season, bro?
What is he supposed to give?
Why didn't Pepe win player of the season?
I don't get it. What is he supposed to give?
No, tell me. Okay. If he done more for the side than Saka, why didn't he win player of the season?
Yeah, he didn't even get top 3.
He didn't even get in top 3. Wasn't even in the mention. Did he even get a vote? Did he get a vote?
All right, time on this now. I'm going to rattle through some of these comments. I'm going to rattle through some of these comments, and then we're going to wrap up.
He's not. There is a clear agenda, yeah, that you have against him. Like when he's clearly done things that deserve a bit more respect, yeah. Yeah, we want more from him, and what we're probably judging him on is a price tag. If he had cost 20 million, you'd be like, calm, he's doing all right.
He scored the winner on Sunday. I'll shut my mouth. I'll buy my Pepe shirt on Monday, bro. Right.
Tony,
trust me,
screenshot that bit there, right? At 38-40, what Nigerian English?
He's been by far our biggest goal threat this season.
I'm going to crack on through some of these. Patino, the Brazilian Beast. Hey, SKTV, welcome back. Cannons and gums. Cheers, bro. Hey, if Heinz starts in goal, that tells me Leno's back from Tottenham. I don't believe Leno's going to be playing against Tottenham at all. That's Ramsdale. Ramsdale right now hasn't put a foot wrong. He's even close to being man in the match actually against Burnley, in my opinion. Franco Yeka, Pepe is our best forward. Franco Yeka, you're deluded. The artist is clear of you.
I'll be Nigerian English man.
Get King and Nigerian in their squared circle. Listen, you two are going at it. Does this all, Jason? Any of you guys understand this one? Gunner King? I don't know. Is it?
Jason Knight and Adam, I don't give a.
All right. Anywho,
he's Irish, basically.
Yeah.
Ida played for Norwich tonight.
Cool. Ida. That's why. And front of Yaka.
He's actually got Nigerian heritage, but he lives in Ireland. He represents Ireland. Yeah.
Cool. Well, look, guys. Obviously tomorrow is the game, and I guess the first 11 really is as as good as mine. So Gumza, if you can give me a score prediction, please.
3-0 Arsenal.
Wow. Okay. Clean sheet again.
It's infectious.
I'm gonna go with 2-0.
Prediction.
2-0, yeah. 2-0, I think.
2-0. Okay.
2-0, yeah.
Nigerian Englishman.
3-1, mate. Leno's back, so we'll concede. And you're not escaping your prediction this week again, Canna. So can you give us yours, please? Thank you. Try and do a fast one. No, not on my watch. On to you, mate.
You keep me in check, bro. I reckon we'll. I'll go 3-1. I'll go 3-1. I think because with Mari and Holden at the back, there's going to be a little bit of indecision there as well. I thought Mari when he first came in, you thought he did all right, but start of the season he had, mate. Yeah. He was poor. Wow. So, just a few last comments. This stream has been banged with cheers, Mr. Silver Fox. Always a pleasure, sir. Oman Bambi Dealey, he's better than Harry Maguire. I take it, Mr. King, you know what he's talking about there.
Yeah.
Score prediction is going 6-0. Wow. Listen, to be fair, if Lacazette starts and Martinelli starts, right, we should be getting near those numbers, right?
Yeah. You've got enough quality to do it.
And that would be great if that was to happen, but nothing less. Nothing less. Flip's sake. Guys, I want to thank you. Listen, this is our preview show. The boys are back. Gunner King, Gumza, Nigerian Englishman, and myself, Cannes. Listen, it's great to have you guys.
Wait there, though. I got a message.
I nearly forgot. Listen, before we do go, we have a couple of words from our sponsor. Hold up. I need to get you on this. There we go.
Who wants to know when the last time, yeah? Who wants to know when the last time, yeah, that Spurs came, yeah, and played away from home in the league and won against Arsenal was? The 20th of November 2010, yeah, right? Woo. August champions, yeah. September's champions, yeah. See you at the Emirates.
Love that.
Jeez!
It's the laugh that gets me every time.
The laugh. Listen. Yes, just a small matter of North London derby coming up this weekend. Listen, but yeah, we have this game in front of us first. Need a good result. It'd be good to carry on the good vibes around the club. Let's get that. Let's get the win. Let's carry on the good vibes, good habits, and all that. And listen, I've got a good feeling about the weekend. I really do. And listen, guys, what I was say again is a massive thank you. And we out.